Hi everybody. I wanted to make a video about the waning moon energy. So when the moon is waxing and moving from the new moon to the full moon, this is the time in a woman's cycle where we're going from having our menstrual cycle to ovulation. And then when the moon is waning, this is when we are going from a full moon to the dark moon. And it's also when we're going from ovulation back to the dark moon, which is when we menstruate. So if your period is not aligned with the moon right now, that's totally okay. You can decide if you want to align this with your period or your own moon cycle, or you can choose to align it with the moon cycle in the sky. If you are menopausal and you are no longer having your own moon cycle, then you would probably want to align with the moon in the sky. And so when we are in the waning moon phase, so this is after we've ovulated or after the full moon and we're moving towards the new moon or towards having our menstrual cycle, this is when we are being affected by the most vata. And vata is wind and air, and so or air and ether. So this is where we're feeling more unstable and ungrounded, and it's kind of like when you have that day, you're like, maybe like a few days before I start my period or 6 days before I start my period, I just like have a meltdown. So that is like this day. It's like the waning moon day where you're just depleted and you've kind of just like hit you're the end of your rope. And that's basically what the waning moon energy is. And so if we are trying to align with this energy, this is not the time that we're trying to start something, because when we are trying to start something, then we want to do that when our energy is growing and we're feeling better and better about things, not when our energy is waning and we're feeling more and more unstable. And so aligning with the waning moon is when we do our shadow work. And I will make another video about shadow work another time, so I won't go too deep into that right now, but that is how we align with this time. Because when we're not feeling very good and when our energy is low, this is a really good time to see what our triggers are. And it's our triggers that are often our shadows, or the things we haven't really worked through. And so when we are in this like waning moon phase, that's when the things that are kind of like keeping us stuck, or our anchor, like the things that hold us down, are going to come to the surface. And when we're able to recognize those things as they come up, then we can do the shadow work with them. And again, I'll make another video about shadow work. If you know your own way of doing shadow work, then do that as well. But really, when we are feeling that waning moon, this is when we're releasing, and that's really what shadow work is. And if you really want to align with the moon, then when you get to that dark moon, or maybe a day before the dark moon, this is a really good time to write down in one word or one sentence what's coming up, what the shadow is, and write it down, and then you can burn it and throw the ashes like into a plant or outside into the garden. And this is a really great ritual to do when the moon is waning or when you're really close to the dark moon. So I hope that was helpful. I'd love to hear how you feel when the moon is waning, and if your period is aligned with the moon, if you would like to have more videos on how to align your cycle with the moon. And I will see you in the next video.